Right. Okay. Hello. Streaming. Who'd have thought it? We're doing a little stream because where the hell is my game? There it is. We're doing a stream because yesterday I did a race on the low fuel motorsport servers for rFactor2, and I don't know if it was the first one they did. It's certainly one of the first ones they did, and if it works the way that low fuel motorsport want it to work, and at the moment there's no indication that it isn't, I'm laughing because somebody that's an LMP2 just driven completely the wrong way to get to the track. You'll see in a second. You have to find your own way to the track. It's really weird. But if low fuel motorsports do with rFactor2 what they did with the Assetto Corsa Competizione, then this is no less than basically saving rFactor2. It could be, it's in the making of rFactor2. Anyway, we've got 5 minutes to go before the main race server opens. So I'll show you what I mean by you've got to find where the don't crash into the wall. So you've got to do a left here. This is the garage area. You've got to do a left here. This is the pit lane. And you've got to do a right. Anyway, we're in the Aston Martin GTE. Now, I've chosen the Aston Martin GTE very deliberately because it's not in iRacing, so it's something completely different. Now, we've had a week of GT3 racing at Road Atlanta and iRacing, because you've got Petit Le Mans coming up. I think next weekend is the iRacing special event, so they've been hammering Road Atlanta this week with the GT3s. Next week they're doing it with the GT3s and the LMP2s, so that people can have a whole week to get some race practice in. And low fuel motorsports, I was on earlier helping friend of everybody's channel, John Vorter, set up rFactor2, which he bought this morning. And we went onto the Low Fuel Motorsport website, and I noticed that the rFactor2 tab was back, which meant they had a race on. So I thought they might be doing the same race as yesterday, which was the Alpine at Lime Rock Park. But I noticed, actually no, they were doing, they described it as a sports car race. And so I thought, well, let's have a look at that. And it's GTEs and LMP2s at Road Atlanta. So again, it is like Petit Le Mans. Now, is it base content? No. Basically, this is DLC. I'm not sure about Road Atlanta. I think Road Atlanta is base content, but the GTEs are part of the endurance pack, and the LMP2s that are racing today, you've got the Orica and you've got the Ligier, and they are in, I know one of them, the Ligier is definitely in the Daytona pack. Now, I was wondering, because I did an organised GT race a while ago with rFactor2, and you had to have all the content in terms of cars before you could race. Now, I wondered if that would be the same for this. And it appears that it is, because when I first started to try and join the server, it wouldn't let me join because it couldn't find the Ligier. Now, the thing is, I thought, well, I haven't registered to drive the Ligier, and I can't suddenly change halfway through the race. Why does it want me to have the Ligier? But I'm kind of guessing that it must be so that we can see the Ligier in the game. So I think rFactor2, the way the servers work, basically you need all the cars that are in the race. Unlike iRacing, where you just need your car and it draws all the others for you and it's not a problem, you don't have to own the cars to see them. I think rFactor2 It's going to be one of those games which you need to have all the cars that are in the race. Well, yeah, I think the reason they're doing it like this is because, again, it's just at the testing phase, and they want to just make sure that it all works. Because so far it's just been one car which is available free on the Steam Workshop and base tracks. Might hold it back. Really, I think, well, if you've got new rFactor2 players who are buying the game on the strength of Low Fuel Motorsport saying they're going to do a server, then it's going to be a little bit of a problem for them, because yes, they're going to need to buy any DLC that is necessary for it. We'll pull off onto the road here because it's almost time for the main server to open. So yeah, but I think really most rFactor2 drivers are just so desperate to to drive anything. And also a lot of rFactor2 drivers, we look at things like the GTE and the GT3 cars, a lot of rFactor2 owners will already have these. It's just going to be the absolute brand new ones that are looking like they might have to start paying out. And unfortunately, I mean, rFactor2, the game itself, is they've changed the time to 4:15. That is, I know why that is. They forgot to. Well, this makes the content issue a bit strange. In the practice server earlier, they'd forgotten to add the Ferraris, so there are no Ferraris in the practice server. So they stopped the practice server, then they put the Ferraris in, and they got it. So if they can restrict the content, I don't know how it works, but I trust Low Fuel Motorsport not to completely foul it up. Basically, rFactor2 needs a good, competitive, accessible online experience, and at the moment it still doesn't have that. Even with rFactor2 doing their own servers, they do series, so you enter for a series of like 10 races. In iRacing, you enter a race in a series, and if you don't want to race that series again for the rest, that's fine, you don't have to, but you don't sign up for the whole series beforehand. The rFactor2 competition servers, that's what they do, so it's a little bit clunky. You've got to remember as well, rFactor2 is, again, a fairly old game in gaming terms, so it's 2010. It's not as old as iRacing, but it's not far off, so a little bit clunky, and one of the reasons it's clunky is because it's got such a big modding community. It allows you to play around with the files, so when it wants you to do official races, it needs to have the official files, and not, if you had some modded GT3 over the base DLC GT3, obviously you can affect your car and make it do things that the others can't. So really it's kind of just to keep the playing field level. But Johnny Vorta, hello, just talking about you, your ears are burning. How did you get on with yours in the end, John? Did you manage to get it up reasonably okay and get it running? Let's go back to the practice server. See, when you click on, in fact, let's cancel. Let's, I've just clicked on the damn thing again. So if I do this, there we go. You can see the you'll see the website basically. So we've got the Low Fuel Motorsport website, and on the home page you have these two tabs now. If there's an rFactor2 server going, or that you can book for, you'll have this tab on the right, rFactor2. So you click on that, and then it shows you on a set of course competizione, it shows you all the different series that are coming up, and rFactor2 does, but at the moment there's just these two because they're still kind of in a testing phase. But today you can see that under the Alpine Rookie Cup, there's no track listed. And over here we've got Sports Car Championship, and it says Road Atlanta, 40 minutes, LMP2 GTE. It's a rookie entry. You really are absolute basement to get into this. It's brilliant. He loves it. Excellent. Nice one, John. So you click on that. This is the race we're looking at, 4:15. If I click anywhere on here, it will show me who's in. So we've got this many. This is Boris. He's the LFM head honcho. So there's a lot of LMP2s. Most of them are in the Orica. There's a couple in the Ligier. And in the GTE entry, you can see if people are also live on YouTube or Twitch on the right hand side. But we've got quite a lot. There seems to be a couple of esports players. You know, make no mistake, this is really big. Really, really big. For rFactor2, it's possibly the biggest thing that's ever happened to them. To have somebody who's, because low Fuel Motorsports with the Assetto Corse Competizione, you get your own license, you get your own safety rating, you get your grading, you get driver points as per iRacing. And so to have a system like that for rFactor2 is absolutely a godsend, basically. So there's me there. I'm an Iron Plus, my safety rating is 6.70, and I'm in the Aston Martin, which is nice. So shows you everybody there. So if I want to join the practice server, we've got 10 minutes left. I click on join practice server and it says, is your game running? And it doesn't matter if it isn't, because if you click no, it opens your game. But I've got it running in the background, so I'll click on yes. Then I'll go back to rFactor2, and straight away it is. Let's get rid of my screen captures. There we go. So straight away, it's appeared. Do you want to be a spectator or drive? So click on drive, select which of the cars, because I've said I'm going to drive an Aston Martin, but I can choose all the liveries here. Join server, and then it just loads you straight in as it would normally. So very, very straightforward. No faffing. One of the things that multiplayer on rFactor2 has in abundance under normal circumstances is faffing. So let's should be putting me in the server any second. do. Give it a moment to get everything up on the screen. Need to change the wing on my car because the back end is way too light. Road Atlanta. It didn't save last time. Okay. Suspension and aero. It's not going to make much difference now because I'm going to be going back into it soon anyway. Oh, it has saved it. My wing is on 7. Okay. That's good. So click on drive. Oh, I'm down the end. Oh, I'm in the pit. No, I'm still in the garages. Okay. Thought for a second it'd put us in the pit lane, but no. We've got to get again end of the paddock. What are you doing, dudes? You going? Okay, fine. First, when the tyres are cold, that first curb in turn 3 is really unsettling, even though it's a flat curb. And the first couple of laps on cold tyres is going to be really treacherous. But you can, thankfully you can feel when the car is snapping. So as per normal low fuel motorsport rules, when we go into the server in about 5 minutes, it starts off with practice, and you don't go out in practice. You only go out in qualifying. You're not allowed to use voice chat, not voice chat, text chat. It's just to keep a nice, enjoyable atmosphere. It's still a bit cold. 117's quite fast. Not as fast as iRacing. iRacing's lap times were down in the 116s, and iRacing is quite a fast sim. I'm doing exactly the same time as I would in iRacing, roughly 119s. I can't seem to break 119s. I mean, I just drive the track the same. I mean, the GTE cars, you can drive them faster than the GT3s because they've got better aero. Somebody's just spun behind me. They have better aero, slightly wider rear tyres. But the drawback is obviously you don't get ABS. So you've really got to concentrate on your brakes. See, normally you can cut that a lot and cut this a lot, but that second curb really doesn't like you going over it. In fact, the whole corner doesn't like you going through it. It really, if you get your pedal down too soon, then you're in trouble because it'll just chuck you round. Stay on the ground. I mean, this is going to be a 40-minute race. The key is just to get to the end. There's going to be a lot of drivers in the race who will not get to the end. We've got a car in front of us whose assets haven't loaded in properly, so they look like a Tesla Cybertruck. You get the occasional yellow blob, but it all sorts itself out. Yeah, I think there'll probably be quite a few people retiring. I'm not sure if there's going to be damage on. I don't think fuel usage is on, because again, you would need a pit stop in these cars. See how much we can take of that, that's all right. But this is really, just doesn't want you to go through that anything like you would in iRacing. Yeah, so I don't think there's going to be a pit stop. It would appear that they've turned pit stops off, so we've got quite a few cars loading in without all their assets. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll say this sorts itself out. In fact, it looks a bit more like Atari's hard driving. Strange. So that's the only, yeah, that's the only, I'll say graphically, sometimes they just don't load in properly in the practice. So in the race they're fine. Banana racing. How are we doing for time? 13. Oh, I've really coasted through there, so I'm going to probably spin. No. Held it. Also, I don't know if anybody is going to be I mean, it's inevitable that people are going to be driving this who do normally drive iRacing. And the one thing I can say is the speed limit line. Dudes, seriously, you're going to get past me. You've got to get past me. That could have been messy. The pit speed limit line in this is about another 20-30 yards further out of the pits. So if you come flying into the pits as you would in iRacing, you're going to get a pit speeding violation. Still got our banana in the mirror. Nearly time to leave. Snaps away from you so easily. Another banana's gone off. I think people are starting to think about leaving. We'll pull into the service road and quit the practice server. There we go. So let's. Main server's going to be open. Yeah, Lime Rock's a good park in those Alpines. They're very well suited to it. So we'll leave that. So we're just waiting for the join server button to appear. There's 49 cars in one split. Come on, where's the thing? I need the button that says join. They have it listed. Let's just type LFM. Let's see if they do have the server listed. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. So they've actually got other servers up and running as well. British Touring Cars at Brands Hatch. NLS. Nordschleife. Something. That's at the Nürburgring. Only got the practice shown so far. There we go. Join server. Fantastic. Is it running? Yes, it is. There's my drive. There's my thingy. There's my car. Nicky team number 95. As is normal. Good, good, good. So that's interesting. So they've got some more servers running. I think those servers are open to members of their Patreon service. If you pay, I think it's £5 a month, you can be one of their Patreons, and you get access to other test servers there. So British touring cars at Brands Hatch, that sounds like a lot of fun. Touring cars, not my thing personally, but it is what it is. So 49 cars. I'm imagining this is going to be a rolling start as well. Hopefully it'll be over a lap, so we can get our tyres warm a bit. Now the thing is, certainly yesterday on the Alpine race, qualifying was open, which meant that everybody was on the track at the same time. So if you're going to have 49 cars qualifying, we've got 1 minute 52 of practice left. No, 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 not driving. We're not driving. Come on. We're not driving. Come out. I want the setup. There we go. Yes, it's not. Oh, no. What? What have they done? Let's have a look. Okay. It's not showing the message. Oh, now it's changed. What's it doing? I think they must be having an issue their end, because the join server button has now disappeared from the LFM site. Yeah, 49 cars, if we can get it going, John. There's about, I think it's almost a half and half split between LMP2 and GTE. Come on, Boris. Get it going, dude. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Unless they forgot to add the Ferraris to the main race server as well. What I'm going to do, just to make sure, is I'm just going to shut that. And then we are going to, in your own time, Steam. Thank you very much. I suggest it was extremely smooth today. It's a bit more problematic, but that's okay. New system. Teething troubles to be expected. Come on, where's my race? Huh, they've put the server back again, 10 minutes. They're obviously having issues. Okay, that's fine. We will go back to the practice server. Isn't this fun, children? But it's not... Oh, there it is. Oh, they are having problems. They are having problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that main menu off. UI music volume. Yeah, bye. Because that's really annoying having cars going meow in the background. Still not coming up on the main rFactor2 screen. No big deal. 35. No. Obviously they've got issues. Let's get rFactor2 back. PC gaming, eh? It's the best. Sort it out. Well, I'm not running it, am I? If I was running it, it'd be as smooth as your buttocks. But unfortunately, I'm not in charge. But that's okay. That's okay. I trust in Boris. Boris will be fine. You did, yes, I saw that. Thanks very much, Jace. That's very kind. I mean, to be honest, Sunday afternoon, a lot of people are probably going to be having their dinners. But, yeah, we'll see. I've publicised it on a few Discords that I frequent. It's still not coming up with the join server. I'm going to get the error message again, I imagine. I'm so convinced it's not going to work before we're racing, I'm going to take my other glove off. Things have got serious. There it is. Error, invalid server details. That's okay. Come on, Boris. Just sort your server out. Got 6 minutes, 7 minutes. What is happening in Twitterverse? Oh, is this where's that? Oh, Catalonia. The GT World Challenge Europe at Catalonia. Doo-be-doo-be-doo. Where are we going? Let's have a look. Wow. Manchester City and Manchester United was a bit of a ding-dong. Okay, that's interesting. Just checking the F1 results. Don't want to say anything in case people are waiting to go and watch it later. Ho, ho, ho. Come on. Server opens in 4 minutes. Just while I'm here then, just while we're waiting, let's go back to rFactor2. Yeah, so if you're new to rFactor2, you might have to try it today, Defragler. You might have to. If you haven't already loaded it, it is a pain to set up, as most super serious racing sims are. Essentially speaking, you have to choose what content to load. It will take you through it, but it gives you a choice at the start to load Studio 397 content, premium content, and then there's another option as well. You've got to start with the Studio 397 content, because that's the base, all the base tracks, and then that will take about 6 or 7 minutes for all the tracks and the cars to load in. But the place you want to really go is Steam Workshop, because everything here is free. And if I can make, oh, I don't know if you can see, no, you can't see this, can you? I'll go to, I'll do, I know what I'll do. So, the Steam Workshop is where you can get loads and loads of free stuff. Just going down here, and there's how many? 861 items. Just a few from the top here. You've got Valencia Street Circuit, 1990 Kart, Belgium Spa Historic, Belle Isle, Dallara IL15. What's the most subscribed? Lime Rock Park, New Zandvoort, Silverstone, Radical SR3, Indianapolis. And if you want to have these automatically added to your game, then you just click on them. He says, you click on them, and then it'll say subscribe, and you click on subscribe. It'll add the car to your game, and then it will keep it updated when the person who owns the stuff, when they update it. So the Steam Workshop is a really good place to get loads of extra free stuff. Manage the content. I mean, I've got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff, millions of cars, but on the Steam store you have, at the moment, unfortunately, it is quite, the game is cheap, but the DLC packs at the moment aren't cheap. If I go to packs, for example, the GT3 pack is nearly £32 British. Endurance pack £36.96. Formula Pro, which includes Spa, Monza, Nürburgring, and the F1 car, not the current one, it's £15. Daytona, which has got Daytona, obviously, an M4 and a Ligier. 2022 Q1 is 15 quid. 2022 Q2 is 27 quid. You can buy the cars individually, but as I was saying right at the very beginning, the way it looks at the moment is if you're going to have a race with DLC, you need to have all of the DLC. So if I wanted just this Aston Martin Vantage GT3, I could buy that for £4.39. But if I was going to be in a race with other cars, I would need the other cars. I think the way it works is because you need to have them in order to see them on the track. So I think this is going to be a case of you need to buy all the packs in their entirety before you can sort of sign up for a lot of the online stuff. How are we doing? Where's my... Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to here to see how we're getting on. Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, there's no getting around it. The actual driving, server opens in 30 seconds. The actual driving is fantastic. Especially if you've got a direct drive wheel. Again, direct drive owners get the benefit. But it's... The physics model is the best, the time model is the best. The AI is pretty good. If you play it just single player, that's okay. The AI is pretty good. But hi Bazza, good to see you. We're just waiting. They've knocked the server back nearly half an hour because they've had problems with it. 52 cars registered now. Hopefully we're going to be up and running soon. But yeah, it is the best drive by a mile. What's that here? Okay, that's no big deal. Let's go back to here. Join server. That came up quite quickly. So, join server. Is it running? Yes. There it is. Drive. Join server. Please work. Come on, Boris. I want everybody watching to all join hands and send Boris collective power so that Boris's server holds up. I'll tell you, he's done such a good job with ACC. You can do it, Boris. That's right, John. He's done such a brilliant job with ACC. The unfortunate thing, and it is really unfortunate, is that they can't do anything with Automobilista 2. The server structure is not compatible. So that's a real shame because, again, absolutely, Baz. Because, again, you want online driving really these days. I mean, it's okay. You're always going to get people saying, I want a career mode or I just want to play offline. That's fine. But they are really, really in the minority. Because of iRacing, because of all the others, everybody wants to race online. So, okay, the practice is ticking down. You race in a league on BTCC. Yeah, I mean, BTCC is not my bag. I don't know why. I've just never really liked it. I mean, some of the touring car stuff on what's it called? Race Room is quite exciting. I don't race the touring cars on iRacing. I know Jason does, but yeah, generally speaking, I don't do. Oh, now I can put my wing back. Come on! Oh, don't say you're going to crash. No, good. So I don't think we're going to have. See, number of stops, none. I don't think we're going to have pit stops. Like, people have gone on the track. I can hear them on the track, and naughty, naughty, shouldn't be on the track. You don't go on the track in practice in low fuel. You stay in the pits. But now, are we finally going to get to do qualifying? Come on. This qualifying is going to be mental. How long is it? 10 minutes, 12 minutes or something? But I think it's open. So it's just all the tracks. And we've now got, what, 51, 52? 15 minutes. Right. Let's go. Oh. I could have gone straight on. Donkey. Look at this. It's going to be bedlam. This is going to be absolute mayhem. Is anybody going to drive past the entrance? No, not that I can see where we're all going. Oh, come on. Oh, thanks very much, guys. Oh, the pit lanes. We'll be stuck on the wall, back in the pits. Because another thing, as John found out earlier today, quali with all 50, absolutely. Quali with all 50 at Road Atlanta. It is going to be very, very cosy. I'm just going to go straight here, do you know? That's better. Right. Ah, good. So, we've got a banana in the rear view mirror. I mean, to be honest, I would have really preferred any track other than Road Atlanta, but they're going for this Petit Le Mans type race. Come on, LMPs, off you go, dudes. Have you still got your pit limiter on because your lights are flashing? So I'm not sure how many of the players will be regular rFactor2 players, because the game does have a few quirks. So you need to know what they are. There's going to be a lot of people binning it at the start because their tyres are absolutely ice cold. A bit of a slide through turn 1, but we're okay. Let's just put in a decent qualifying lap, because you just don't know how you just don't know if anyone's really going to be able to get that many good quality laps in. Here comes an LMP, so we'll move over. Come on, dude. What's quite good here at the moment is we're not being tripped over with GTE cars. There's going to be a lot of sticking my tongue out in this race, concentrating, because Road Atlanta is just one of those which you really need to concentrate all the way around. Now, my lap times normally are 1:19, 1:20. Okay. Back to the pits. Hi Mel, how's it going? How is it going? The server's running late, Mel. Hence why we're not actually racing yet. We've only just started qualifying, but we've got a lap in, and that is important. So at the moment we're sitting 6th. And we're not going to get anything close to that. But if we manage to get a lap in, and a lot of people don't, then hopefully that... What is going on, LMP? See, now it's getting congested. He's gone. Come on then, little car, round you go. Oh, slidey. I'm getting a bit of frame rate drop. What's my... Let him go. No relative box. No. The HUDs. I'm not going to start fighting about with the HUDs. I just want to see at the moment. I mean, we've got the flat map at the bottom. We've got the flat map, so cool. Look at that, it just wants to go. All the time through that corner, the car just wants to go. You can get different overlays for it, but there isn't really any of the overlays I've used, which is what I'm really happy with. God, just listen to all the problems on the yeah, I mean, getting that lap in, we've been so lucky, because we might find ourselves nearer the front. Now, there's probably relatively okay. There's probably going to be a lot of carnage anyway, because Road Atlanta there always is, especially at the beginning, which is why, as I say, the aim is just to get to the end of the race. This corner is going to kill so many people. Yeah, it's quite quick. Let's see if we can get another... Oh. All the time marks everywhere, people going off. This is a slippery customer, no mistake. Two LMPs and a GTE behind us. Dudes. I'm expecting a lot of LMP2 death in this. So we're going to get another clean lapping. Don't think we're going to improve, but we can just get clean laps in to help the tyres. A little bit wide there. There goes an LMP off to the right. No, absolutely no netcode, no netcode issues that I've noticed at all. One thing which is good is if you register for an rFactor2 online race. He's hanging back, that's good, he's probably going to power past me in a second. But if you quit the race, it stores your place and your current position. So if you then come back in later, you go out from the pits as you finished when you left, basically. So if that happens in the race, in the bottom left corner of the screen you can see all the so-and-so has entered, so-and-so has left. It will say so-and-so has left, but their car is stored in the garage. So it means they can, if they've got connection issues, if you drop out, it won't lose you 7 or 8 laps. So this is a bit slow, this lap, 1.3 seconds. It's not approaching that quickly though, so we're okay. How are we doing? We're slightly up. Really, the trick, as with any sim racing game, is just to be as smooth as possible. Oh, there we go. Good exit out of that corner. We're gaining. Well, hopefully we get a couple of tenths up. Come on, dude. Get yourself past. Look at the squirreling coming out the corner. Oh no, we've lost. Oh man, we're going to be slower now. That's annoying. You just want to stay out of trouble at the start. Watch out for bananas like this one. People are going to have so many issues with cold tyres in this first 4 or 5 laps. I mean, car feels good. Now we've sort of warmed up. Oh, the sparks on that. You see, this is indicative, absolutely indicative. I mean, we're nearly 7 tenths down, so we're not going to get anything on this lap. But what was a banana? Sometimes cars load in and it hasn't quite loaded their car body or livery. So it looks a bit funny. Usually sorts itself out. He's gone for cross country. I mean, you've got to bear in mind that these races are really still test races on the low fuel motorsport servers. They've got pretty much, I think, about 80-90% of what they want to do sorted, but there's just still a couple of little teething problems. Downshift protection killing me there. Luckily I'm alright on the brakes. What is handy is the other day, because I had some brake pedal issues about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I hadn't gone back through all of my games to recalibrate everything, but rFactor2 I did go into a week or so ago just to have a mess around, and I did recalibrate the wheel and the pedals, so my braking is alright. I mean, let's go into the pit lane, because the pit lane, so the speed limit sign is here. In iRacing, it's here. Anyway, 27th out of 34. Only 34 cars have made it into the server. There was 50 odd registered. Let's get out of the car. I haven't opened rFactor2. Yeah, in race info, I'm sure there is, and there's also, I mean, you can download new in race UIs and overlays. Some are really good, some are alright. I haven't really found one which I think ticks all the boxes. At the moment, I only saw this race was happening today. I'm not sure when we were on, John. Can't remember when it was. It was about 11, 12ish this morning. Yeah, it was 11, wasn't it? Or nearly 12, because it was nearly 6 AM your time. So I only noticed it then. So I thought, I'd actually already packed my rig away, because my rig's not permanent. So I thought, I'll enter that, we'll do it, and I'll stream it as well. I could have made a video, but I thought I'd stream it, just for shits and giggles. So, so where am I? I mean, look, you've got I'll say LMP, surely he's got to start in front of me, that LMP. So we are 12th in GTE. Okay, most of the GTs are ahead of us. Right, let's get in. I don't think there's a pit stop. Oh, is it short? Is it short formation lap? Everybody seems to be loading. Is it the car directly behind me at the moment has got the same livery I've got? Is it a full formation lap? Would be nice. Anyway, here we go. It's got to be a full formation lap because this is the start-finish line. Where is everybody? But yes, call of the day is, order of the day rather, is staying out of trouble. I've got a Porsche on my right. Can't quite see. If we can stay out of trouble in the early stages, because there's going to be cars spinning off through the S's, through turn 3. Probably going to get a couple of cars spinning off here, ending up in the gravel on the right. We're going to get people spinning off coming under the Fox Factory bridge. Thanks, Baz. I mean, this is again, it's just a test for their servers. There's nothing at stake on this. There's no ratings points or anything. The ratings points don't get counted on the rF2 stuff so far. I'm not sure if they've decided whether you're going to have a separate rFactor2 license or profile. It's early days, but they obviously want to get people in the lobbies and driving it. At the moment, I'm just really happy that the stream is going okay. I used to get a lot of stuttering on iRacing streams, but this one seems to be fairly stable. So I can't see, unless it's decided to, it can't have split us into two. So there's not many LMP2s up there. There's only 2 that I can see. I don't know. Anyway, let's just race the thing and see what happens. Are we off? Are we? Are we off? Are we off? We're off. I haven't asked for a pit stop. Look how everybody's taking their time. We've got a crasher on the left. Come on, Corvette. Aston Martin behind me is a little bit impatient, but I think everybody's kind of got the message. It's alright. Have I got bent steering? I've got bent steering. Excellent. But we're alright. Oh, that's really hard to steer right. That's really hard to steer right. Anyway, so my steering is now like that. Couldn't really do much about that, but I did say there'd be a lot of spinning at various points. We'll see how the car feels through this corner. Yeah, you need to put your brakes on a lot later than that, dude. Something's not right with this, but we shall just carry on regardless. Easy Ferrari. Ferrari's backing off. You see, this is the... there we go. Robin Schaefer has left, but has stored his car in the garage. Are you coming past, Ferrari? Yeah. Don't come past like that, though, do you? Oi, oi, oi. I might pop into the pits just to see if there's a repair on this, because it's really bent as a boomerang. Fuel, no front tyres, no change. And I can't change the Crammer's left, but his vehicle is stored in the garage. Let's see if it... We'll pop in the pits and see what happens. Changing that. Oh. What are we doing? Fuel 72 seconds. That's okay. I don't mind waiting 72 seconds. What are we doing in the chat? Yeah, Baz, you'll definitely be racing this in future more than ACC. I say as long as they get their little teething troubles sorted out. Because don't forget, our rFactor2 servers can be a bit temperamental, but as long as they can get their little teething trouble sorted out, then it will be just magnificent, basically. Bring up my damage HUD. ISO, you're talking HUDs, mate. I don't really know. I mean, because I've assigned various things to... No. It's just going to have to stay as it is, as you can see at the moment. So we've got 72 seconds plus 9 things. That's what, 91 seconds, minute and a half. So we've got another 30 seconds to go. That's okay. Function keys again. Forget it. I'm not sitting there fiddling with the keyboard. I'll press Alt F4 and then we'll be done. So this is just a test race. Are we ready? Nearly 15 seconds. Because it's brought up the pit stop box, but I don't want the pit stop box, so I want to see who's around me. But as long as we can get the... should be about to go. There we go. Car's better. Car's all fixed. There's going to be lots of people having issues in this race. It's much more important we have a drivable car, then we win the race. And there's already a few people that have left. This is better. Thanks all for stopping by the way. How many have we got? 4. Woo! This is better. We have a drivable car again, so we can just crack on. We're going to get overtaken by LMP2. See, I can't change the... Yeah, it's really good ISO, to be honest. I mean, they've had some teething problems today. We're 35 minutes behind because they had various server issues, but we're running. Everything looks to be okay. Oh, car's still quite cold. But yes, far more important to have a car that works. And it says guys going in the pits all the time, so not a problem. Let's just crack on with getting the race done. I'll read that in a second. Cold tyres. What's annoying here is I don't have... My reverse doesn't work. Use throttle and gear to push vehicle. What? Oh, let's just spin it round. Can we spin it round? Back to the pits. That's annoying. The one thing I've found is my my reverse, it just won't go into reverse gear. I've even bound a reverse gear to it, but in the Alpines it worked and this one it didn't. How's the servo stability so far? I don't think it normally has problems. I want to resume. Come on. Oh. Unless it's towing. I haven't noticed any... No, I can't do both paddles because it's a rocker paddle thing. Hang on, a bit late now. You can't... These paddles don't work. I think... Well, I might be, I might not. It might just be towing me back. But I've got DNF. That's annoying. Yeah, I've got rocker gear change, so you can't... As soon as you press escape, it takes you back to the pits anyway. But I can't get my car to move forward there. But I say I actually bound another button. So perhaps it wasn't going to go into reverse because it didn't want to go into it from first. That is rFactor2 quirky. Hello, tuning in from Bayford Meadows. Well, unfortunately, Max, our race might be done because my car was right up against a wall following a spin and I couldn't get it into reverse because of the nature of A, the game, and B, my paddles. And now it's showing me as a DNF, which is a pain in the backside. I wonder. Let's where is the front? See, for me, that's really laggy. That's really super laggy. Hi, Beards. Thanks for joining, and nothing's really happening. It could be that I'm out of this race. Already. This is the leading GTE. How long is the race? The race is 40 minutes max. We had a minor prang with another car who spun in front of us on lap 2, I think it was. And they spun right here, in fact, exactly where I predicted they would. And then we had a hit from behind from the car behind. So we went back to the pits, got repaired, but when I came out, I spun there, because the tyres are still super cold, and we came up resting up against a wall, and I tried to get the wheels to spin it around one way or the other, but it wouldn't work, so I've had to quit off the track. Well, no, this is the only race. There's only one race today on the low fuel servers. I only came across this one by accident at around noon, otherwise I wouldn't have even known this was there. But at the moment, low fuel motorsport are still in the testing phase of the rFactor2 stuff, so they're not doing that many races. I want to see a LMP. Let's go to the front. Let's see the LMP go. Come on, sort your frame rate out. There we go. Yeah, so might have to go. Well, yeah, I mean, oops. Is he actually doing that? I don't think so. I think that's a problem with the game. But yeah, they're still testing. That's very kind, ISO. I mean, I'm not really mad into sort of multiplayer on rFactor at the moment. I'm really going all in for low fuel motorsports, because if they can get the system working like they did with Assetto Corsa Competizione, then the game is saved, basically. We've got a LMP going off there. Look at this, it's a mess. Everybody's just off everywhere. There's a lot of people in this race who either don't race rFactor2 very much, or they don't race GTEs or LMPs very much. But yeah, it's superb. I mean, it's a shame that LFM can't do anything with Assetto Automobilista 2, because you're looking at a game there with brilliant weather, brilliant graphics effects, but they can't. They say the servers just aren't compatible. The fact that they've got systems running on rFactor2 makes me think they might be able to, if they get enough people request it, maybe they might take a look at the original Assetto Corsa. I don't know, maybe not. It's quite old and it's not officially supported, so a lot of the stuff on it is modded. But I mean, apart from the hiccups LFM have had today in actually getting the server up and running, the race I did yesterday, let's find a Porsche for John. It's got to be a Porsche still going. No. There's one. I have no idea what's happening there. Okay. Oh, here we go. That's better. Listen to the Porsche for a bit. Yeah, if I obviously got server issues. It's a bit better. When's the next Alpine race? I don't know. Tomorrow, I'd imagine, because there isn't one today. Yeah, that was a really good race, ISO. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, we were able to race and finish it. It was a nice short distance. The car is very suited to the track. So that was good, and that worked perfectly. The practice server, then going into the main server, everything was perfect. No hitches at all. This one has been a bit more problematic today. They've been a bit more ambitious in having multi-class. This is their first multi-class server, I think, because they've got some other test servers running at the Nordschleife and Brands Hatch, but they're not multi-class. So, oh, LMP across the road. Watch out for that one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is really, the people at rFactor2 must just be jumping up and down when they heard that LFM is coming into the game, because yeah, they've done so well with ACC. ACC ultimately, and this is unpopular opinion, ACC is a dead game. It's got very, very limited future content that it can draw on. The online, if it wasn't for LFN, the online would already be dead, and the whole point of Competizione was it wanted to be an online racing game, but it never supported it. Kunos never supported it with an official set of races like iRacing do. Nicely held. So ACC have got the GT2 cars coming out, but GT2 cars are slower than GT3s. Nobody's going to race those. Nobody races the Porsche Cup. Nobody races the BMW. Absolutely nobody races the Ferrari Challenge. It's just GT3, some GT4 on low fuel motorsport servers. Nobody does public lobbies with anything other than GT3. Oopsie, lost it. Keep going, dudes. Well done. So yeah, I'm really confident, because it is. I mean, it is the earliest of early days for low fuel motorsport in terms of rFactor2. But they seem to know what they're doing. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Because I'm like, I think it was Baz who said earlier. Yeah, Baz said he'd definitely be racing. He'd race this more than he would ACC, and if the system works great, then yeah, I think I'd be in the same boat there as well. I much prefer racing this than ACC. For me, ACC, it's a very pretty looking game, but the force feedback for me is just a bit too vague, and occasionally I don't get any force feedback at all. I'll have it in qualifying, and then as soon as we hit the track, the wheel is just dead. There's no feedback for it, no tension, which makes it impossible to race even on ACC standards. So yeah, if they can... Oh, he's doing so well here. This car is getting all sorts of shape. If they can get it sorted, then yeah, I think the rFactor2 will be given just such a whole new lease of life. It'd be superb. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I imagine they'll do an Alpine race tomorrow, maybe at a different track instead of Lime Rock. They may do more than one, because obviously they've got a couple. Well, exactly. Porsche's always trying to kill you. This actually tries to kill you less, because the engine is mid-engined, so it's a much more stable car. He says as he's again wiggling through the last few corners. One thing that does amuse me with rFactor2 is the crowd. When you go round, you don't ignore the grandstands. When you go round the track, it doesn't look so much like a crowd, more like a zombie apocalypse, because they're just people standing, just dotted about randomly. They're not sort of huddled together. A bit wide there, dude. As we start to go down the main straight. Yeah. See, rFactor2's been great for leagues. Leagues are the only thing which have kept it going, to be honest. But now we've actually got some sort of competition platform, which again will probably have licensing and skill points and stuff like that. Perfect, really. It's always been said that if you take any sim, if you just plopped iRacing's multiplayer into it, it would instantly be the best sim. So the multiplayer aspect is really good. So kind of the bank ahead of us. It's like a zombie apocalypse, so you think they'll all be moving really slowly. He's doing alright, this Porsche driver. Absolutely icy kicks. Again, that's why leagues are persisting with it, and they keep at it, because it's so good. It's a real driver's game. Oh, it's left that corner is a bit tricky. I imagine, I mean this is total speculation, but I imagine whoever's driving this Porsche probably drives GT3s more than GTEs, because he seems to be braking exactly the same point as you would in a GT3 car, and coming into turn 3 it's just a little bit too late. But he's doing alright. He's obviously still on the track more than I am, so that's alright. And we've got LMP2s claiming every corner. Easy, Tiger. This is where it could all go wrong. Oh, God. Default just asserting himself there and saying, I should be in front of you. It's nice that we haven't seen a lot of I'm going through this corner at all cost LMP2 type stuff. Oops, so he's braking way too late on the main corners. Yeah, the force feedback is really good in this. I say, especially if you've got a direct drive wheel, you're always going to get the best of it. He's way too wide, he's way too late on the brakes, he's going straight on. But he's still in the race, so I can't really critique him too much. If we can watch my issues. This was the start of the race. That's a bit close, isn't it? Come on, put play. Where's play? It's up here. This was where everybody was okay. That's where he lost it. He tried to avoid that Corvette. Let's try and find a different camera. 'Cause there we go. Poor Miguel behind me. Cesar was trying to avoid Alex. He clipped me and he bashed me. I mean, ultimately, it was a real shame. Quite a few have retired now because I was the third one out. Another two have gone. Alex is still going. The guy everybody avoids is always the way. Oh, who's the guy that hit me? Miguel. Oh, he's doing alright. He's about fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth or thereabouts. What's his name? Still going? Boris. So let's have a look. He's a lap down already, you see. So come on, play the blooming thing. Ugh, even the replay's not wanting to play. That's a shame. How are we doing? What happens if I leave and come back? Because we've got DNF'd. Oh, a few of them are disqualified. Oh, that's a shame. What happens if I leave and come back? Let's have a look. Will it let me back in the session? If it doesn't, then I'll call it a day. Yep, not much. Let's go back to LFM. See if it'll let me back in the session. Join server. Okay. So it lets you back in. Probably won't let me back on the track though, as it thinks I've DNF'd. That's so unfortunate. The first lap was enjoyable. Oh, looks like my son's playing Mario Kart on the Switch on the TV. See, mine says drive again. No, it doesn't. It's greyed out. It did say drive, that's greyed out. Oh, super frustrating. Oh, that says drive again. But can we drive? Can we really? Nope. I've no idea. I mean, this is the start of the race, isn't it? I don't know what it's doing there. Syncing server. Matt Fox left the race. Oh, apparently. Oh, it's 13 minutes left. Apparently I can go back out. How about that? Well, that's... why didn't we try that 15, 20 minutes ago? Anyway. Let's, Oh no! I can't go back out. It's not let the engine inside. It's not letting me go. Never mind. So it's, well, yeah. Ho-hum. A brief glimmer of hope there. Crushed. See, Matt Fox has rejoined the race. And then I've left the race. So can I drive or not? It's not letting me drive again. Never mind. So I'll turn this off in a moment, and then I'll start assigning other buttons to stuff so that if it happens again in Aston Martin, I won't be stuck against a wall. Still, there we go. Yeah. Overall, though, this has been a bit of a mess, to be fair. But overall, it's extremely promising. So Low Fuel know what they're doing. This is run perfectly. There's 11 minutes left. You think about the amount of high-profile races that are run on servers on rFactor2 that keep crashing. This has been fine. Once it was up and running, it's been fine. It took them a couple of goes, but they got there in the end. I'm not in the race because of just rFactor2 quirks with key bindings, and it really is no more than that. And everybody else is still going, and they seem to be having a good time. So with just 10 minutes to go, so there isn't another one today, is there? Unless there's a schedule for... Let's see if they've posted any sort of schedule. Schedule. Nope. At the moment, all they're showing is Road Atlanta today. Yeah. There's no further races listed. I imagine it'd just be on a day-by-day. How about the Rookie Cup? No, there's nothing listed for that. It looks as if they're just going on a day-by-day basis for when they're putting servers up and not. So if you've got rFactor2 and you want to try the Low Fuel Motorsport servers, and even though this one has been a bit of a mess for me, I totally recommend it. I think it's really good. The one yesterday, if you didn't see the race I did yesterday, just look on the last video on my channel I uploaded was yesterday. 20-minute race in the Alpine A110 at Lime Rock. It was a really, really good race. It looks like this is going to be superb. So if you've got it, check back in with Low Fuel every day to see if they've got servers. It tends to be middle to late afternoon British Standard Time, so that will be sort of lunchtime late morning American and quite late evening, maybe midnight-ish around Australia. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, it's have they got? Yeah, that'll be it. I'll have to come out of that. Other people are coming. Are they pitting for fuel or not? So there's a few people coming into the pits with 10 minutes to go. So who knows? Best $2.34 you've spent all year. Exactly, John. I see, but you haven't bought any DLC yet, so hold fire on that. But yeah, it really is cheap to buy the game. There's hang on. There we go. There's sales all the time on the DLC, so keep an eye out for that. I would totally recommend. Where are we going? I mean, I recommend buying everything, but personally, I recommend getting at least the GT3 pack and the endurance pack in terms of cars, because I think they're going to be the most popular ones that are going to be raced. There will be quite a good contingent of BTCC stuff, but ultimately GT3s and GTs are where it's at. And maybe the Formula Pro pack, Spa, Monza, Nürburgring, possibly Q2 22 all in one pack, which also has the new tracks of Donington, Brands and Laguna. You've got either the Daytona pack or the 2022 Q1 all-in pack, which has got Daytona in. Daytona's a good course on this. Yeah, but I think definitely look at getting the GT3s and the Endurance, the GTs and LMPs, because they will be the ones which are absolutely race the most and be most popular, and they do drive really, really well. So yes, that would be what I would recommend. And as I said earlier, if you just want to mess around with it for the time being, get into the Steam Workshop and just download loads of free content from the Steam Workshop. There's lots of good tracks and cars in there, so that will get you going on top of the base content, which itself is not too shabby. Anyway, bless you. Thank you very much, Simon. DLC is not cheap. Yeah, at the moment the DLC is not cheap, but I say the sales on all the time. I think rFactor2 aren't stupid. If LFM start getting their seasons sorted out, people will want to buy the stuff. They'll drop the price to let it, because they're going to get a run. They won't have had a run like it for years, with everybody trying to download their stuff. So I think you'll see a price drop very soon in any case. Yeah, oh well. There we go. So we'll call that a day, which is a shame. Shame we couldn't race more, but it is what it is. We'll try and do some more of these maybe this week. Where's GT3s this week? GT3s and iRacing are at Laguna Seca. IMSA is at Road Atlanta, again, because of the next weekend's Petit Le Mans. Where was Euro Sprint Series this week? I haven't done any Euro Sprint Series this season yet. I think one of them was at Spa, and that's always a complete mess. Oh, it was at night, wasn't it, at Spa? That's why. Let's have a look. We'll see where everything is this week on iRacing. European Sprint Series is at Road America. It's all right. So you've got some good tracks. There's going to be a lot of participation this week then in iRacing. GT3's at Laguna Seca. IMSA is at Road Atlanta. And ESS is at Road America. So, yeah. I imagine you'll see a lot of those filled up very quickly. So, yeah, thanks everyone. We've got 8 people. God, I think that's the most I've ever had in a stream. And I didn't do anything. So, thanks for streaming me. Thanks for watching me do bugger all. Might stream it. If we get another one of these maybe next weekend, I might do that then. And we'll see if we can get a decent race out of it. Where's the GT4? Oh, Baz wants to know where GT4 is. Hang on, Baz. GT4? Nobody cares about GT4. So GT4 next week, the slow cars. Touring cars are at Road Atlanta, GT4s are at Road Atlanta. I have a funny feeling that the Petit Le Mans will be what it usually is with like LMP2s, GT3s, GT4s, and maybe even Porsche Cup cars, because they tend to, the Petit Le Mans tend to have about 5 different classes in it. But yeah, so GT4s are at Road Atlanta as well. So it's a very heavy Road Atlanta week coming up. So yeah, thanks ISO, thanks everybody for coming. We're down to 4. Yeah, I'll let you know if I do any more. Otherwise, it'll be back to videos, and I will see you for the next one.